500,000. He'll go back and say, we have enough to, right now, to launch 1,000,000 cigars, to start production. If he comes back to me, Ricky, I have enough tobacco right now, so you're going to launch 200,000 cigars, I'm going to go back to the director of marketing and say, I can't launch today a 7x70. Maybe in the future, but today I can't do, because I don't have access of that size of tobacco that I need. Okay. All right. Beside this, besides that,
You sure you live in Florida?
yeah, bro. That was all you got to do, bro. What I'm trying to show you is my blending box. This is very secret to us and every company. And so, in my library of pictures or photos that I can receive, there's no pictures that we have of that blending box. The blending box. Right now, guys. Yeah, you can't do that because you're not going to think so. But that blending box is there for one reason. Why do we do a blending box? To make sure that my blend stays the same today, tomorrow, a year from now, 10 years from now, 4 years from now. So we'll know exactly in that blending box. Ricky wants me to pull one from this area, one from this area, one from this area. And so this is the way we control these guys and our blending. Because if somebody says, you know, today I'm going to pull 2 from this area and 1 from this area and no from this area, what happens to my cigar? He's changing my blend. He's changing my blend. So the other way we can control these guys is we're going to weigh exactly the amount of cigars that we want him to produce. So we're going to give him the blending box, and we're going to weigh that tobacco and say, will you have enough tobacco in these blending boxes to produce for me 120 cigars? And we know that because we take that cigar apart before we send it to the rolling tables, and we know that. So if the guy comes to me and says, you know, Ricky, I need more tobacco about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he needs another box of filler, okay? Turn on your 120 cigars. Yeah, that doesn't happen today. I have 80 cigars for you today. Tonight. Why? Number one, he changed my blend because he put too much of something in my blend. Number two, it's going to affect your draw. He has too much tobacco in that cigar. So the guy that says, you know what, today, Ricky, great day. I didn't roll 120 cigars. I gave you 140 cigars today. Denied. Why? Changed my blend, and now he's putting not enough tobacco. It's going to be burn very fast and very awkward. So this is the way we control these guys.
So what do you do about it?
Deny it. So you're going to take the cigar, if we can, unwrap it, re-roll it, or are we going to just, you know, tear it apart and ship that, you know, that tobacco, raw tobacco, for machine guys that would just buy it from us.
Excaliburs, little mini sticks that you guys.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of the machine-made cigars that you buy in tins is that the tobacco. So what the guys are going to do is take that tobacco, and we work on teams are you know, 3. So there's 2 bunchers and 1 roller, and the head of the rolling team is the roller. So the 2 bunchers are there to support the roller, and so because the bunchers can, the roller can roll more cigars than the guys can bunch. So the bunchers can maybe a bunch about 120 cigars a day. The roller can produce 200 cigars because all he's doing is putting that wrapper on it. So much more quicker for him to do his job than the buncher. The buncher is going to be in control of the blend and the binder. So he's going to roll the blend using my little blending box, and he's going to put the binder on. He's going to take that cigar, put it in a press, and we're going to press the cigar. Next slide. And we're going to press the cigar for about Maybe an hour to 2 hours, depending on how fast the roller needs it. So we're going to press the cigar. That is going to allow me to receive the perfect range gauge and the length of the cigar. So we're ready to roll. Before the roller receives that cigar, we need to take it to another area of the factory, and that area is the draw test. And we're going to draw test every cigar. Back in the day, we're draw testing about 40% of our cigars, and we're having complaints from you guys and the shops. We have a lot of tight cigars. So now we're draw testing every cigar that the bunchers makes to try to make sure that you have no problem in draw. Sometimes, like anything, sometimes it just happens. It just gets through the system and you have a tight draw. But I guarantee it's less today than it was 5 years ago. After that, the roller is going to receive that cigar, and she's going to finish that cigar by putting the wrapper. Notice one thing. If you notice, the buncher's table was very dry, but her table is very wet. She always has water. Her hands are wet. That area is wet. That tobacco's wet. Why? Exactly. If I roll that leaf dry, I'm going to rip it and tear it. And they're going to say, oh, I can't use the cigar. So we're going to wet that wrapper so for her to be able to roll that cigar. Go back. You remember the shot of the cigars and the mold before we plus it? Look at how pretty that cigar is now compared to that before we pressed it, because the press is really going to enhance the look of that cigar. After that, you know, the forward manager he's going to be in control of a certain size that day. So his team, maybe he's responsible for 20 or 30 guys, and we're going to go. Your team is only going to roll today a 54 by 6 ring gauge, and he's going to have this little unit in his back pocket, and every once in a while he's going to go to the roller table and make sure that cigar is a 54. If he tries to shove that cigar in that ring and just go through, that cigar is not a 54. It's a 55 or 56. Denied. If it slides too easily through, it's not a 54, it's a 52 or 51. Denied.
So what happens to those?
We're going to re-roll them, take them apart. After that, we're going to bundle the cigars on the floor, and we're going to ship those cigars to the aging room. Okay. The aging room is a great room. Great room. We have in the aging room at any one time about anywhere from 4 million to 5 million cigars in the aging room. The aroma of this room, yeah, go in there and times that by 1,000. The smell is beautiful, wonderful. What we tend to do when we go to the aging room, everybody reaches in their pocket for something and checks for something. What do you think we're checking for? Either a lighter or a match. Because we don't want to be caught in that room without this. I can be locked in a room for 2 days. I don't care. Really? Really? So, we're going to marry that tobacco or that cigar for 21 days. And that process is called marrying that cigar. What are we doing? Why are we marrying that cigar? Okay. Remember that that binder in the filler was very dry. The wrapper is very wet. We need to make sure that moisture content is equal throughout the cigar. It takes us about 21 days to do that. So that's going to be that tobacco. The filler is the same as the binder, the same as the wrapper. So we're going to marry that two cigars together and allow you guys to smoke them.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brooks.